welcome back to another episode of Thriving in Chaos. I am your host, Rebel Phoenix. With me, as always, is Stella Rune.
What's up? How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
I know you miss hearing that.
I just miss you when we're not around each other.
I know. It's just never enough. There's never time with you. It's just never enough to go around.
I mean, I don't disagree. But what is that? That's just being human.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Adulting, if you will.
I'm telling you, I've lived in some of the worst neighborhoods possible, and adulthood is still the worst hood I've ever lived in.
It's absolutely the worst. I don't like it here.
Although, if I'm being honest, I don't think childhood was any better. I still think I prefer being an adult over being a kid.
I think it depends on your childhood. If I had your childhood, absolutely, I'd feel the same.
Thanks.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if I should be offended or flattered.
I don't know either, but I'm just saying. You turned out great. I would not have turned out the same.
I know. You're welcome. It's fine.
It's fine.
Anyway, speaking of fine, we have a really fine guest tonight, guys.
I love when you do that.
What can I say? It's kind of my thing. It's what I do best. And now I don't know why I'm talking like, hey, it's a Mario.
Hey. You're ridiculous.
Although I'm pretty sure our guest is probably Italian, so Mario's fine.
I have no idea.
If he's not, he's got a soprano sounding last name. Anyway,
I had a doctor once who looks almost like Mario. He walked in just right after I had my first kid. He walked into the hospital room and her father looks at him and goes, "It's a me, Mario." And it was probably the funniest thing he's ever said.
That's great. Anyway, without further ado, let's bring the party out the back and get the business out the way. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Anthony Simonelli.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. How you doing?
Yeah. As you can tell by the last name, it's Simonelli, and Italian, not Italian. Well, I don't know. I'm in Queens here in New York, so.
That's cool. Italian.
Well, by all means, tell the audience all about yourself, sir.
I'm boring, and thank you for showing up. No.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. My name is Anthony Simonelli. I live in New York. I'm in Queens. I've been investigating since I've been 13 years old. That's before most of you people were born.
I don't know. I like to say that I'm old, so I mean, maybe.
Same. I'm old too. I just look young. It's fine.
I'm older than you.
Shut up.
Experience, spirit, I've seen shadow people like at the earliest ages, 3 years old.
Wow.
And back then, you're talking about it, telling people about what you saw and everything. And 3 years old, nobody's gonna listen to you. Everybody thinks over. So I used to draw. I drew a lot of stuff as a kid to get with crayons what I saw. Later on, that's when I became I'm starting to do spirit art. So I'm a spiritual sketch artist. I've been doing that. Plus, I took a lot of my old pictures and I just started showing that out. I've been investigating since I was 13. I started my first team, Secret Club of Paranormal, in 1996, before it was all popular. And, then in 2000s, 2004 is when the pop start talking about the paranormal with people. So I say, I seen this, I seen this, I seen this. Matter of fact, before that point, we didn't call it paranormal. We call it supernatural. Mm-hmm. Supernatural.
Yeah.
And then also in the TV shows, they put new language and they reworded everything that it's for the shows. So
Yeah.
a lot of things have been changed since I was first started investigating in '96. Well, in '73 was when I first started. But what else? Started my team. We started investigating, and that's when I started doing more drawings. I I didn't start showing my drawings, my spirit art drawings, until 3 years ago because I didn't think anybody cared about it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
I was
really.
gonna
I mean,
say, I would think people would really care about that. They would want
Yeah.
to see what you see,
yeah.
because if I can't see it, I want to see like a
I
visual.
come from a different era
Okay.
of investigating and stuff.
That's
I
true.
come from an era we didn't
Yeah. It
talk
was probably
about.
really taboo back in your
You know what
day.
I mean? I grew up in an Italian.
Yeah.
I grew up Italian in a Catholic neighborhood.
Catholic,
Yeah.
yeah. It's very
You know,
taboo
so
subject.
um, you couldn't talk about a lot of things. I mean, and if I did, I was labeled as being crazy or on drugs or whatever.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
or I just lost friends because I thought I was seeing demons and devils and all this stuff. You know, so it was a different era back then. So I didn't start showing myself. My friend Richard Michelle, I don't know if you ever heard him. He's an author. He does a lot of books, and he was doing a show. He's a spirit artist. He actually
Oh,
reads people, and as he's reading the people, he's drawing who he's reading. You know, the people that's speaking to the people he's reading. He actually draws them, which I think is really cool.
that's
And
really cool.
he was doing the show, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm doing the spirit art show." I said, "Yeah." I said, I've been drawing these things forever. I said, but I never showed them. My wife didn't even see half the. My wife didn't see any of them really.
Oh my
They're
god.
Oh,
all in
wow.
books on the shelf and everything. I had. So he goes like, if you want to do the show with me, sure. So I said, okay. So I went out, I bought like a bunch of frames and started ripping stuff out of books. I showed up with like 100, 150 pictures,
Oh
drawings,
wow.
and we were doing it. It was it was South Jersey, and it was a Ritz Theater, and I had the whole stage full of pictures and everything, and people seemed to start liking them, and I said, well, let's start showing. So I decided, you know, 'cause I did the and I do still Gettysburg Battlefield Bash
Yeah.
every year.
I almost went to that this year.
Yeah, I went there. So I've been doing it since the second one. And I used to put my equipment because I'm an investigator. I've been investigating forever. I used to put my equipment out there and some evidence, pictures, and stuff like that of photos I took of evidence. And people seem to like that. But I said, let me try. And I started putting my pictures out, half evidence, half of my drawings, and people seem to like my drawings. So now I've been doing a bunch of different. I did that. I did the Maine Paracon this year. I do a bunch of different Paracons in Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, and stuff. And people seem to like it. So, if it wasn't for Richard, I probably would still be having these things on the shelf, never shown. And these events, every one of them, every one of my pictures has a story,
Mhm.
and people
Those
come
are
and
the best kind.
Mhm.
because these are personal experiences. These are personal to me, and to share them was very hard, and some of it's still hard to share, because I got some really deep stuff that, you know, I can see people saying, I really don't care what people say, but when it comes to my art, I don't want to be criticized.
No.
Yeah, that's
No.
I mean,
pretty much your soul on a piece of paper.
this is my art. This is something, I did personally, and I put it down. I don't like that. I mean, I've been investigating, so I had all my evidence in the past, you know, questioned and everything, and
Mhm. That's
I'm
one
at
thing.
an age now. I don't care anymore. I've been doing such a long time, but when it comes to my personal stuff, it's like my babies. Like you messing with my
Yeah.
children, you messing.
Yeah.
That's something
What's
personal to me.
It's also different than like just like evidence, because evidence is like something it's sourced somewhere else. Like when you're drawing it, it comes from you. It's like
Mhm.
it's a piece of you. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like Rebel said, it's like your soul on a piece of paper, but there's like a emotion tied to it, and it's something you're seeing that not everybody is going to see. So, of course, people are going to want to question it, but at the same time, it's like you don't want someone questioning your artwork.
I mean, it's basically your diary screaming out loud.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and when you phrase it like that, that makes so much sense. Why it's so hard to share it is because it is so personal to you.
Yeah, and like I said, I come from an era where people put that down and they label me as different things. I still have family that are very religious that tell me that they're praying for my soul because what I'm doing, because I do my investigations and everything, and that I'm playing with the devil. The devil's going to take my soul and everything like that. And I'm like, it's not like that.
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't really work that way.
I mean, I don't argue with them. I like thank you for the prayers.
Yeah, that's all you. Yeah, just thank you is probably the best way you can handle that. But it's just because they don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true. It's
That's
you know,
right.
like so many other things. It's subjective.
They're believing in spirits. The Bible.
Yeah.
I mean, we're growing up Catholic. We came across a lot of spirits you read in the Bible. So, and everything like that. So, I mean, it is what it is with that. That's what But being an investigator, I've been investigating since 13 years old. So that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just went on 50 years of investigating.
How did you get into it at 13?
Well, as I told you, at the age of 3, I started seeing things and hearing things and stuff like that. And through the years, I lived in my house. I used to own the house in Glendale, New York. And we used to own the house. And there was so much activity back then when I was growing up of things happening, being touched or, called and everything. But when I turned about 13, see, my old place in Glendale, surrounded by 9 cemeteries.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of
In the
cemeteries.
1800s. Yeah, they used to call it in the 1800s. They used to call it the Bible Belt. They didn't have the cemetery belt because cemeteries all around. And a lot of famous people buried there. Harry Houdini. You got Mae West. Lucky Luciano and Crazy Joe Gallo and even Gotti.
That sounds a lot like Athens, Ohio, where there's 5 buildings that are haunted, but they all connect into a pentagram.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, that's like Hinsdale House. The Hinsdale House, you got Sweet Home and Wildwood in a triangle, and it seems like they have some of the same hauntings going on there. But with growing up in a place like where I was and stuff like that, I guess maybe enhanced my abilities and stuff. Because my mother used to say that my abilities, because it seemed like all the women in my family had some, but you weren't allowed to talk about it. And the men, I don't know if they had it because they were so thick-headed. The old Italian men, like, hey, don't talk about it. Hey. So, maybe because of that, I didn't know if the men were the women. I knew my grandmother had some abilities. My mother did too. But I was the only male that really expressed it in my family. Because my brother hasn't. My brother doesn't have the abilities.
Are you the only? No. Are there any? Do you have sisters? Is basically what I'm asking.
No, my brother and I. That's it. He's
Maybe
5 years after me. When I was born with a double hernia. And I almost died at the table. Then it took him 6 months actually to remove the hernias because the hernias were they were around my intestines, and it was a bad show back then.
It seems to be a common denominator with people that have abilities. Either they've had near-death experiences or very complicated births.
Mm-hmm. I also, now it's not. I went blind in one of my eyes, but I got 2 different color eyes. I have a green and a blue eye my whole life. And 2, I had an accident and I lost vision in my left eye.
Ouch.
But yeah, but I had 2 different color eyes, and I say that might be something enhanced. And I don't know why I was more seeing. I could walk down streets and see things and hear things and see people follow people and read people. But that's what I don't like doing is reading people because I see too much with children. Which when it comes to kids, I don't like. I stay away from anything bad with children.
Have you ever ran into the same spirit in two different locations?
I have seen. I've done drawings, and some of the drawings seem similar in different locations. I don't know if it's the same spirit coming to me or something similar. Like I've been seeing like this one girl that's skinny with long blonde hair, with blue eyes and stuff, with a white dress that's straight, and I've seen it in a couple locations. So I'm not sure because the locations are like too far. I mean, I investigate everywhere. Of course, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. I've been to West Virginia, Virginia. I've been to Maine.
Hey, West Virginia. Shout out.
That's where you guys right now?
That's where I'm at.
She is.
That's where
I'm in Maryland.
Oh, you're in Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get distance from me too.
Yeah. Practically neighbors.
Right?
Yeah, Maryland. Yeah. Get
Yeah.
down further, Maryland. But I've been to all these different locations. Many other states I've been to also, and sometimes things. I want to say I've seen the same spirit in some of them, but like I said, I really can't say it's the same one. But I have been one. I think I do have somebody following me, tries to keep me safe.
I love a good spirit when somebody's like there for a good reason and not just because they want to be attached to you.
Yeah. I think I have one that follows me. I'm not sure who it is. After all these years, it still hasn't gave me a name or whatever. But
do they name themselves for you often?
I do get names when I see a spirit. And I'm on a location because how I do my spirit art is I go to a location, or it doesn't matter. Even have to go to a location. I can go anywhere. I could go down the subway. I could be at a doctor's office. I could be anywhere. I mean, and I see things.
Same.
And how I see it, and the way I explain it, when you, I don't know if this is the old time for the old people, but when you put a copy on a printer and the light goes back and forth, okay?
Yeah.
Do young people still do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, as discussed, I'm also kind of old, but not.
Yeah, now they put it right. They scan it right on the computer, but that's how I see things. Like I can start seeing from the top,
Okay.
head all the way down to the feet, and I can see description. I can see face, everything, color hair, blue, if the eyes, color the eyes, if they have a scratch or dimples or what color their clothes, to down to their feet. If sometimes they don't have feet,
Yeah.
I'm sure they would rather not have pimples instead of feet.
Yeah, I know. So, and I've seen floating heads already and stuff. So that's how and then once I get that, it's like imprinted in my head. I sometimes could draw it right then and there, or I could hold it. Because a lot of times I see these things, I don't have a drawing equipment. If I'm in a dark area like Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, one of my favorite places down in West Virginia.
Hey, West Virginia, shout out again.
We got crazy stuff down there, I'm telling you. And
we do. We're like a melting pot for the supernatural. Every direction you go in, there's something scary.
Yeah, I'd like to Trans-Allegheny and what do you call it? West Virginia Penitentiary. I've been to both of Mountsville.
Yep. I know people. I can hook you up.
Yeah, I know people. Hey,
I got a guy for everything, man. I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a lot of other guys. What can I say?
I've been to Trans-Allegheny twice already, but with now I'm old. You can't knock me off a track. I forget. I get senior moment. No.
We were talking about when you draw, like when you're doing your drawing.
When I'm doing like a Trans-Allegheny, and I go in with my equipment. I'm a camera person. I love my camera, and I got that night vision camera that sees in the dark and everything. And I go into areas where there's no lights, and that's my favorite. I go in by myself. I don't need a whole crew of people around me because I got my camera with the audio and everything. And if I'm in a dark area like that, I can't just pick up a pencil, start drawing what I see, you know? So
Right.
when I go back or even come home sometimes and I start drawing stuff, and it's depending how they come to me, how much detail I could put into the picture. You know, some give me a lot of detail, some don't. Some comes to me like a person, and some comes to me like like more like a cartoon type of form. You know, it's depending how much detail.
Apparently, you missed your calling as a sketch artist for the big FBI.
Yeah, yeah, definitely missed that calling. Um, yeah, I did win when I was a kid. I used to win art awards and stuff like that. I won a couple in the church. I won a nice little art pin, picture, medal they gave me to wear and all in church, and I won a couple of art things, but I never thought I would be taking my art and making into the paranormal, drawing pictures of the dead, where I consider myself, I'm giving faces to the dead.
I was just gonna say you're like giving them new life almost,
Mhm.
like, because again, like people who like I don't necessarily see stuff. Sometimes I feel things, but I don't necessarily see
Mhm.
anything. So to be able to see that and like see what you guys see, because Rebel also can see things. So to be able to see what you guys see is like so interesting to me, since like this is actually who is here, and you can see them,
Yeah,
either in detail or not. Like you can see more than I can see,
yeah.
and I think that's
I
really
get a
cool.
lot of psychics come up to me and they say, "I wish I could draw. I wish I could draw," and I'm like, "You really, you could draw. You could try,
Yeah.
but
I
you
can't
don't
draw
have to
stick
draw."
figures, dude. I can't
Yeah,
draw stick
people tell
figures.
me that all the time, but you don't need to. What you do is get yourself a little journal or a piece of one of those little the black books I use for school and stuff like that, or
Oh
just
yeah.
and when you see something, just write down what you see, color of the eyes, the face, the whatever you see. You all you have to do is write it down so you have something on a log. When you seen it, where you seen it, how you seen it. If there's anything else, you know, if they're in some kind of sports outfit or different type of uniform or anything like that, just write it down because later on, if you have somebody that goes in that location and does an investigation and says, "Oh, look, I got an EVP. Listen to this. It sounds like a soldier," and you're like, "Wait a minute, I was in that location 3 weeks ago, and I wrote down what I seen." You open it up, now you've got verification of what you
Yeah.
seen through
Yeah.
somebody's evidence. Now you're like, "Oh shit, check this out." You
That's
know?
actually a really good tip, because then you can kind of like compare notes too, which is cool.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why people always say if it's not written down, it didn't happen. If it's not documented, it never happened.
Yeah. So I mean, and the whole thing is, people can't. And if you have a document, you have it written down, and just open. They just tell you a thing. You say, "Here's a book. Read this." They can't say, "Well, you wrote that in after I said it." No, because I'm handing it to you as you're saying
Right.
it.
Like
Yeah.
I'm handing it to you right now.
You know
That's the
what I
thing I
mean?
you see on those TV shows, is where people will be like, "Oh, that's exactly what I thought." Like you have no idea if that's real or not, but in this case, like you would, because I'm
Mhm.
obviously not writing as you're telling me. This is the first time I've heard you say this information to me.
Exactly.
Like when
So
I was doing private investigations and people would come to me, I would tell them I didn't want to know anything
Mhm.
specific because it would influence what I saw. Because then I couldn't give them a genuine reading if they told me everything I was going to tell them.
Yeah.
So I always told them, let me find it myself, and then you can tell
Right.
me if I'm right or wrong. And I haven't been wrong yet. So
That's. I mean, you're right, and that's the way it should be. You go in with a blank slate, and you do your reading, and see what then you compare notes, especially on a private location. Now, we used to do that also at the private locations. We used to have everybody used to write down what they seen. We used to have like say because we used to go on like teams of three. If you have more than three people at the location, just three people go in and investigate at a time,
yeah.
right? Because or two, but the most three. If you have, sometimes you got such a big location, big. You have to. We put four, but I like three people, two minimum. Okay, never one. Not everybody's like me. I go in by myself, and I just
Yeah.
do it. I go in the darkest areas. but
Lots of people would be like, I'm not going alone, but thanks.
just do what I say, not what I do. You know?
That's what my mom used to say about me. She's
Yeah,
like, you know,
wait a minute.
normal kids would run away from the scary shit. Rebel, on the other hand, likes to go straight towards it as fast as possible.
Yeah, I did the same thing, and I tell everybody I'm not too bright. I hear gunshots, I run to it. I don't know why.
I just tell everybody I never said I had a good sense of direction.
It's like, run to it.
I
Hey.
was just trying to get the hell out the way. I never said I had a good sense of direction. It's not my
I'm always the
fault.
one that's like, what's going on over there? And then I just don't move. I'm just like, what's going on over there?
It's like, okay.
I'm just gonna wait till it smacks me in the face and then run.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Sure.
Well,
I'm gonna watch you die first, though.
I've been scratched, I've been punched, I've been bitten, I had all kinds of marks, burnt, different locations. Like I said, I've been doing it a long time, and I always found it that it's not that spirits trying to hurt you. I think they're trying to get your attention,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times that's all they're doing, trying to get your attention. You know.
So yesterday I was doing laundry and I had like my back to the back of my laundry room. I was facing the doorway and I felt something hit me in the back, and it's the hardest I've ever. So in my house, like there's a little bit of stuff that happens. Usually I just like see like movement.
Mm-hmm.
But something like hit me in the back and I turned around and I was not near anything that could hit me. And I was like, somebody's trying to just talk to me right now, but I don't know who it is. So I'm just going to move on.
Joey, something with Joey? Anything with Joey? The name Joey?
Not that I know of, but that doesn't mean
I
anything.
see like a teenager named Joey.
Doesn't ring any bells, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. I do live in an area, as Rebel knows, where there are lots of troubled teens around. So it's very likely that someone is just near me.
Mm-hmm.
So I do know that there are some that have been around that have passed on in unfortunate
Well,
ways.
the name Joey comes up, and I see dungarees and like a T-shirt, like a black T-shirt. So
I actually read a book called At Grave's End, and I guess it was technically an autobiography of the author. And in her book, she had documented how, like, she had moved into her house and it was a completely different house from how it was originally. Like, it had been redone and redone and redone. And she ended up finding the old blueprints or something. And like her house started being haunted when she started doing more renovations on it.
okay.
And every time the ghosts manifested themselves to her,
Manifest themselves.
they were basically choking her and strangling her. And originally she thought it was demonic, and she called in a psychic and everything, and come to find out, the workers that had done some of the renovations on the house were buried underneath the house.
Oh, that's scary.
Oh,
they
wow.
literally they fell into the concrete and got buried in the walls of the house.
No.
And the reason they were always
Crazy.
choking her was they were trying to get her attention to tell her the last thing they remember before they died, and they were trying to get her to dig them up and give them proper burials.
Oh, wow.
And she ended up having her husband take like a jackhammer in the basement and ripping up the concrete in the basement, and there was like 3 bodies in her basement under the concrete.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
That is crazy, because I know they did that with bridges and a lot of big locations where people did form the forms of concrete, like the Golden Gate Bridge. There's people buried all over the bridge.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
In the concrete and stuff. And there's, but that's odd that they did that in a house.
Yeah.
People found it. And I think with that was more because in the houses they never if the person fell in the concrete, it was never that deep to dig them out. So I think something else was going on there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like when you
Yeah.
end up in the concrete of a poor.
I mean, they were Italian workers, just saying.
Were they
You know what I'm
Italian or
saying?
Italian?
His Italian.
Italian.
His Italian.
Yeah. Then you're gonna be like wondered, like my brain is like, who do I know in the neighborhood? I've lived here my whole life. So I'm like trying to figure out who I know in the neighborhood that might fit your description. And I feel like there's something that I'm thinking of, but when you're like, it's like I'm almost there.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to send you a message later and be like, oh my God, I found it. I figured it out.
It's like it's just right on the tip, but you cannot. You can picture it, but you can't see it.
Stop
It's
your side.
out of
Stop
focus.
the side of your head. It might fall out your ear.
Yeah, just
Maybe
if I
not.
do
some
that, you guys will
sense
hear me
into
hit
ya.
it. Good luck. That's not gonna happen.
So I do spirit art. I have a podcast on Tuesday nights also.
What's your podcast called?
And what
Secrets
time?
Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where the history meets the paranormal, which we just had our year anniversary. We just started last
Ooh.
October.
And
And
the anniversary.
Happy
we had
belated
we had the
anniversary.
rape chasers on too.
Are you an Apple Podcast?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, you heard of them. I know you heard of them. They're down by you, your little Tennessee area.
Yeah.
Well, Mike and Chris were on last night.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, they had them on last night, and I didn't even realize it was my year anniversary that I booked them on the show. I see them at Gettysburg. I got them at Gettysburg to come on the show, and then I say like, oh, that's a great year anniversary here. We got them on, so I thought that was pretty cool, like having them on. You know, but that was so. I've been doing the pod. This is my third podcast I've been doing, and we do history and the paranormal. So we do, and not only we do the history of the location of just regular history and the paranormal of it. So it's on Tuesday nights. We're a live show.
What time?
It's 8 to 10 Eastern time.
Oh, perfect. I'm in the
You're in the
Eastern time.
Because when I invite guests on, because I have guests from around the world, Japan and England and all.
Oh, that's really cool.
And I have California. I have throughout the country we get guests, and of course the time zone always.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
just are actually our last guest, Andy.
I'm telling him you called him a gas. Although that might be like he's a comedian, so that might work out.
I mean, he would think it's funny, but he's from the UK, so like we started 7 our time, which was like midnight his time.
Oh yeah.
I felt like such a dick being like, "Hey, welcome to joining us in the middle of the night." It's fine. We're worth it.
It's fine.
Although that's probably the only time in history his wife was like, "Sure, go be with 2 girls at midnight." It's fine.
I mean, we're across the pond. It's fine.
It's across the pond, yeah. We had Penny Morgan from the UK, and she came and she stayed on because my show's 2 hours.
Oh wow, yeah.
And
I did not do the math when you said that.
And then afterwards, because we do the StreamYard also. After StreamYard, it's like, and we talked. We went off, but we still talk behind the scenes. And I mean, we had like another hour and a half almost just talking. And she goes, "I better go. The sun's gonna come up soon." I'm like,
sorry.
That
would be a conversation.
I mean, honestly, we get guests like that a lot too, where we just don't want to let them go.
Yeah.
Like, no, wait. We've had.
Are you sure? Are you sure you can't stay? I mean, it's fine. Sunrise is in like an hour. It's fine.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You can just stay up and you can just go straight to work. It's fine.
So you guys do a podcast, so it's so cool doing podcasts because you get people on your show that you normally wouldn't meet, or and then you get to actually talk to them because I meet a lot of my people at Paracons, different Paracons in Gettysburg or the main Paracon and all the little ones in between, and that's how I get all my guests. And then, at those paracons, you don't really get to talk much because they're busy, you're busy, you got your
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
But then you get them on here, you can just
talk. Yeah.
That's
What's what we always say is because we get a lot of people who are like, I don't know what to talk about. And we're like, we're just start talking and we'll just have a conversation. It's really
Yeah.
The ADHD kicks in,
It'll
takes over,
take
and just
over.
keeps
It's
on
like-
going.
Mm-hmm.
all the time. But it's really cool because you also get to talk about stuff that you want to talk about. So it may not be paranormal that you want to talk about, even if you're in the paranormal world. So you get a chance to come on and just chat, which is so nice.
We start off on one subject and have a history of like ending up way out in left field somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking to Stacy about crock pots.
I was on a podcast in Japan, and they had me on for 4 hours.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I have to really get going because there's 24 hours ahead of us. I think or something like that. And so, like, our 8 o'clock was their 8 o'clock in the morning. Our 8 o'clock. It was like so. But now they're keeping me on. I'm getting into the morning myself now.
Like, it is past my bedtime, guys.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, it was past my bedtime 4 hours ago.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy. So
yeah. Well, I actually love that. And so, as I said earlier, I listened to your one with Ghosts in the Valley. That was such a good interview. It was such an enjoyable one to listen to. Al's always amazing to listen to. But you even went longer. Yeah. Well,
that was funny. That was funny. That funny recording because he recorded the first hour, and then we stayed on afterwards after he went off. And he goes, "Okay, we're done now," and we just kept on talking, and we just kept on. Next thing you know, so he sends me the next day. He goes, "I forgot to shut off the recording. I got another. I got 2 hours of you guys. Can I do a part 1 and part 2?" I'm like, sure. Because I was on with my co-hosts Jenny Colucci and Kim Gaia. They were on my show, on my podcast, and I don't think they mind. Yeah, and so he had a part 1 and part 2. It was like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really neat to listen to because, you can also tell like you really love what you do, and it really comes through, and especially in that conversation. And Al's just an interesting person, anyways.
Yeah,
and I feel like your stories are like sort of similar, so it's really cool to listen to the two of you together. Like that was such a good episode. I fell in love with his podcast. Between listening to Rebels and listening to yours, because he really kind of gets into like the nitty gritty of what it is. Whereas like we're more just like come on and talk. Al's like, yeah, tell me more about your experience and all this other stuff. Yeah. So it was really cool.
He's very focused where we're kind of go with the flow. He's like very, I have questions prepared for you. Like,
yeah,
I really enjoyed being on his show though. And I really enjoyed having him on ours. I think he was episode 26 or something like that for us.
I don't know. It's somewhere in the middle. I never know the episodes.
On my show, I think he was at episode 4 when we first started.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So I was like, so we got to have you now. You have 2 hours of us. We're gonna have to have you on our show. Hey, and he was on our show and we talked about stuff. And I drew a picture of one. He showed me it. Because we do a lot, we do evidence on our show also, and he showed us sent us a picture of a bridge or one of those covered bridges, and I seen a man walk. If I knew this, I would have pulled that picture out. A boy.
We never know what we're going to talk about.
A boy walking with a dog.
Oh.
And I had a feeling that they got hit by a car that nighttime in that area. They, neither one made it. So it's a boy walking the dog, and it looks like
sad.
Maybe the 80s. He was dressed like in the 80s, maybe more like maybe 80s, 90s. It was more of a modern type of whatever happened there. I mean, there probably is some kind of record of it somewhere, but
probably,
yeah. So I seen that. That's it's sad sometimes seeing things like that.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff I draw really bothers me. So just seeing it.
Have you guys ever heard of? I think his name's Billy Bean.
That name sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
He was actually on an episode. I know he's written a few books too, but he was on an episode of A Haunting, like the haunted TV show from back in the day that pretty much started them all. I saw an episode that he did, and actually, Stella, you happen to live in the neighborhood where his house is or was the house that he became famous for.
Really?
Yeah, it's in that neighborhood. I forget what the exact address is, but it's like right there near you.
Girl, you need to find that address and send it to me, and I'll probably know who lives in the house now. Like, depending on how close it is.
Probably. But yeah, I mean, he had a lot of crazy stuff that happened there too, and
I'm looking up right now.
I know he went through a lot, and he wrote a few books about it too.
Name sounds familiar. I may know him, I may not. I'm not sure. Name sounds familiar. When I was on Paranormal Night Shift, I did an episode of Paranormal Night Shift on Travel Channel back in 2017, I think.
You know, come to think of it, I think I saw that actually. I don't know if I watched your episode, but I think I've seen one or two episodes of that show.
Yeah, I'm on the last episode 13. I was on episode 13.
I was on Haunted Hospitals on Travel Channel.
Okay.
Season 2, episode 2.
Yeah. I'm on 0 television shows.
Because the whole years I've been doing this, I've been on different documentaries. I'm on a Duck Echoes. They have a show on
that's Stacy's show, I think. Or I don't know. She may not be part of Dark Echoes anymore.
I don't think that she's part of Dark Echoes anymore, but she was for a while.
I was episode 3, Wildwood Sanitarium. Yeah, I was in that one, and I've been like I said, through the years. There's a movie out that's called Ghost Team. It's more of like a comedy type of thing.
I think I've heard of that actually. I think I watched the trailer.
I was the ghost hunter advisor on that, and and the equipment you see on that the movie, it's all my equipment, from the DVR systems to the cameras and everything.
So what you're saying is we need to come and investigate with you.
That'd be cool.
I would so be down.
When and where? I'm ready. Let's go. Wrap it up and take him to go.
Let's go. Yeah.
The two of you like seeing stuff, and I'm just like in the blind. I don't know how I would feel about that, but I'm so in.
I could point you to a location, like an area, and if you take pictures on an area, you might get some sort of something there. You know, from because if I point to an area and you get because I'm not great with orbs, I'm not an orb person, and you may get something that looks like an orb. I would like a single orb or something like that, or maybe something, you know, you might get just a face or whatever, because I can point you in direction most of the time. I'm not saying every time, but I can point in direction. You might be able to get something on the still camera.
Do you have a favorite location to investigate, or that you have investigated? Or like a bucket list location that you want?
The Shanley Hotel. I've been there 5 times this year so far. I'm going back in January. Yeah.
Do you have a bucket list location you'd want to investigate?
Oh, bucket list? Yeah. Because I haven't been over to the West Coast yet, or, you know, the first I've been was West Virginia. So I got my top of my bucket list is Sally House.
I actually have a book about that one.
That's what really got me into when I seen there was a show called The Sightings, and they had episodes about that, and they actually started going in and investigating. I'm like, people do this? They actually go in and investigate? You know, psychics? I didn't know. I was like, I come from an era, like I said. I mean, I'll give away my 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, where they didn't do much anything without
Yeah.
you looking at like you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started seeing like people actually do this stuff, that's crazy.
Like it's like all new to you.
And it was like they go into a house. Yeah, I mean, before that, I didn't know. I didn't even know who the Warrens are until the movies came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't, and now obviously they're huge celebrities now, just based on the movies.
I know. I investigated with John Zaffis already, and a couple other people that were all that, and
yeah,
it's but I didn't know. I knew John Zaffis because of Clint the Collector and Brian Cano because of that, but I didn't know he was the nephew of Ed Warren, stuff like that. So when I got to investigate with him, I'm like, that's pretty cool, It's like,
yeah,
We've actually had their grandson on our show a couple times, Chris.
mm-hmm.
yeah,
he's really cool. I like him a lot.
Yeah. He's actually currently whooping my ass at Words with Friends.
oh,
I have not beat him yet.
He's
I do not.
really intelligent, so
He really is, and I do not appreciate his intelligence beating mine. Just saying.
I mean, you're also really intelligent, so I feel like I would be like
I haven't done that game in years. I don't know.
I know, me either.
It's just the luck of the draw and what tiles you get. There's really no skill to it beyond that, aside from, knowing how to spell.
Oh.
But you would be amazed at some of the words that they have decided were words and some of the ones that they say are not.
I'm always amazed because I'll just be like, I guess this will work. Or it gives you a suggestion. It's a word I've never even heard of.
Like, what was it? Sud, S-U-D, they wouldn't accept as a word, but I saw one earlier that was VIHUELAS. I'm like, what the hell is that? At
What
least
the
suds
vahulas
are like
is that?
suds in a bucket.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
So what the vahulas is going to be my new thing.
What's the vahulas?
What the vahulas?
Okay, hey, what's the vahulas? Hey.
Oh, I could do the hand. Am I allowed to do the hand if I'm not Italian?
Okay, why not?
It's kind of my partner's Italian. He's Italian. It's fine.
It's okay.
I'm part Italian, so it's fine. I'll give you permission as my family.
Yeah, I'm not part Italian. I don't think.
The family says it's okay. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. The family says okay.
All right.
I'll give you a hall pass.
You can see, just me talking with my hands.
I do too.
I love my family in Italian.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
So it's.
I was wondering what that said. I was going to ask you.
Motto la mia famiglia.
That's really cool. That's a really good font too.
Yeah.
I hang out with a lot of Italians, but I'm not Italian, so
it doesn't matter.
You're Italian by association.
Yeah. By us. I was gonna say osmosis. I'm like, that's not
good
osmosis.
to be associated with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I'll take it.
But hey,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get within 6 degrees. So far, I'm closer.
Some of the other things, on my bucket list, the Stanley Hotel. I would love to go there.
Oh yeah. That would be cool.
And also the lighthouse down in St. Albans. I've never been to that neither. Yeah, and there's a couple, other things in New Orleans and stuff, but
every time somebody says St. Albans, I think of St. Albans here in West Virginia, not where it actually is. Is that New York? St. Albans, New York?
We do have a St. Albans, New York, and Queens.
Which St. Albans are you talking about?
The one in Florida.
Oh, okay.
The lighthouse. The only lighthouse. I don't know. I know I don't have a St. Albans or a lighthouse over here in the middle of Queens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I found the street that haunting happened on. Just so you know, it is like 3 streets over from where I live.
I told you.
So I just want to know which house it is now. Sorry, this is how my brain works. I'm like, I have to know. So I see the street name.
Now you're gonna be sitting outside with K2.
Well, one of my close friends used to live on that street, so I'm about to be like, "Hey, Shannon, what's going on? Do you know the story? Tell me things." That's so
Yeah,
funny.
it was really crazy. Like, if I remember correctly, he got like really dark after that. Like, it really took a
It does say that it's
massive
demonic, so I can
yeah, it
imagine.
took like a massive toll on him, and that's what led him to his career with the books and stuff because he had to find some kind of outlet for it.
In 1970.
You lost me for a minute there.
Oh, sorry. Well, his story was in 1970. I was obviously not born in 1970. So my family didn't move here until 84, 83, something like that. So a couple years after that. But my great grandmother lived in this neighborhood too, like 2 streets over from where this is. I could literally walk to this house, to the street where this happened. And I'm very interested in where it was because
I mean, I'd venture to say if you walk down the street, you could probably pick it out.
there's a house that I'm thinking of that it was always kind of creepy to me. And I'm like, crap, I bet that's the house now that I'm thinking about it. Because it's like in the corner. It's a cul-de-sac. So I think it's in the corner. Because there's always like that like eerie kind of like I don't want to go over there feeling for over there. Because like I would go to
That
Shannon's
would
house, but I wouldn't go anywhere
probably
else.
that would probably be your intuition telling you it's that house.
Yeah.
I mean,
What should be Shannon's house?
I could literally just come visit you and we could go to that street and then I can tell you which house it is for a fact.
We should definitely do that. I'm gonna not tell you which one I think it is because I just want you to tell me. Anyway, sorry, this is totally a tangent, and this is what happens on this show.
That's what I'm saying. ADHD takes over. There's no stopping it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Welcome to thriving in chaos, my friend.
So, the next street over. So there are 3 cul-de-sacs next to each other. The one, I think it's the next one. A little boy actually passed away, probably about 7 years ago. So there's like a little ravine of water in between the rows of houses that divides us up. And there's a little boy that passed away, and every single time I think about him, it's that same house that I think of. Even though it's a different street, it's the same house that I think of. So I bet that's exactly where it is. Anyways, sorry.
I bet you're right.
Maybe. We'll see. Next time you come up, we're gonna
I'm coming right now. Right now. Anthony, we gotta go. I'll meet you in Maryland, bro.
I'll see you in 6 hours.
I'll meet you in Maryland.
Right down. Yeah. Do you guys do the Hanover Paragon over in Hanover Tavern? It's in January.
I would do it, but I don't have any connections to that one. I don't think.
Steve Dills.
I'm not sure if I know him or not.
Yeah, it's in January. It's on the what is it, the 31st and the 1st of February.
I mean, hey, if you can get my foot in the door, why not? I'm down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
I went there last year with some friends, but this year I'm going to be bringing my own stuff there. Got my own table. You know, it's
in Hanover. Where? I'm sorry, I missed it.
It's Hanover, Virginia, but it's the Hanover Tavern.
Okay.
The Hanover Tavern is in Hanover, Virginia. And you know, it's a nice little. It's not a big one. It's nice. It's a nice little one, and they have people that talk on stage and everything like that. So it's interesting. So it's fun.
Sounds
We
pretty
should
cool.
go check it out and then just see like what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of fun. Because we had a couple we were going to do, and we're not doing those now. But I think we need to be a little bit more organized next year about like kind of hitting our conventions and stuff.
I mean, in all fairness, I got banned for having an opinion, so
I wasn't gonna say it.
I mean, that's got to be the stupidest reason of all time to get banned.
Well, it was like
banned for having an opinion.
Yeah. It was a comment without context that was like, "I don't like what you said." So it is what it is, and that's fine. We don't have
you got
to.
feelings.
Yeah.
Got my
Somebody
feelings.
had some real big feelings about a tiny little comment, but that's fine. So now there are people who have like completely blocked us on Facebook and stuff, and that's okay.
Yeah, Adam being one of them.
So random.
I had that experience too, and not too long ago. So
I
it
mean, it's
happened.
fine. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's just that's just not our path then. Like we'll go a different direction. That's cool. We
I'm
were fine
cool.
before.
I'm
We'll be
still
fine
here.
after.
I
Yeah.
mean, I got us where we are all by myself, so it's fine.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
think we're doing too bad at almost 20K followers now
Yeah, I
in
think
less
we're
than a
okay.
year.
I think we're okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you brought some drawings, and we keep getting sidetracked, but I want you to show them because they're actually really cool.
Yes, show
Yeah.
them.
These are just a couple. I got hundreds of them. Matter of fact, I just came from the Hollow. It's called the Hollow Paracon and Horror Fest, and I just did that last weekend. It's in something. It's in Jersey. I forgot the exact town. The Boone, Jersey, I think it is, New Jersey. And I have all my stuff. And matter of fact, that I got home Sunday from there, and I just unpacked my car today. So
I never unpack my stuff ever right away. Somebody I read once was like, you should always unpack your stuff immediately after a trip, wash all your clothes, and do all the things. And I was like, yeah, no.
oh yeah, that's something I'm going to follow home. I know all that one.
Wait, people actually unpack?
Yeah, no.
What is this? What is this concept of unpacking? Because I've lived in the same house for a year and a half now and still haven't unpacked. I don't unpack. I just feel like the minute I unpack, I'm gonna have to repack, so I just don't bother unpacking anymore.
Just take out what you need.
I never stay in one place long enough to care, so it's fine.
Well, you're not leaving, Mike, so it's fine.
No, but we may not be here forever.
That's true.
So,
anyways, drawings.
Drawings. Okay.
Sorry.
This is a drawing I seen in my. I started telling you guys before. I live in a town. I lived growing up in a town called Glendale, New York. It's in Queens, and it's surrounded by 9 cemeteries. Like I told you before, we got Harry Houdini buried there. We have Mae West. We have a lot of famous people. We have Lucky Luciano and Crazy Joe Gallo, and even Gotti's buried in one of the cemeteries there. It's all different cemeteries. And growing up there, I lived right down the block was the cemetery, one of the cemeteries. And growing up in this house, we had so much activities, a lot of activity since I was a kid going on and all the different things going on. But I drew this one picture. I'm going to show this one. We were down in the basement. My brother just made an apartment down the basement so he could live there. And he said, there's stuff going on here. My girlfriend she was being held down, all this stuff. So I go in the basement and I see this. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's really creepy.
That actually reminds me of the scene from The Conjuring with the wardrobe where she's like jumping down at the girl.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is I'm trying to do this backwards here, but this is a hallway.
Yeah.
This is the ceiling up here floating. I seen it floating across the ceiling. And that's back in 1995.
Wow.
And it was crazy because I seen it just floating across the ceiling. And I'm like, Gerard, there's something going on down here. I seen a woman float across the ceiling. Okay. She had a white on. Her eyes all blacked out. Her hair was crazy like that. And she was just floating, you know. And she looked maybe in her 20s.
Do you think, so when you see them, and obviously you draw them really well, that's really detailed, do you get a feeling of what they mean when you draw them? What their intention is, I guess.
Sometimes I get a feeling that they're coming to me because I know I can put them on paper and give a face to them. Like I said before, I do my drawings and I give faces to the dead, or dead to a face, and so I feel sometimes they come to me for that reason. But I think this one just was doing that and she didn't realize I could see her.
Oh.
And sometimes a lot of times since I'm a paranormal investigator,
Hmm.
I get to see all these locations, and I see things. Sometimes as I see them, they look like a double take, like, did he just see me? You know? So I think sometimes they don't even know that I'm walking in and seeing
Hmm.
them at
Yeah.
the time. So I can't put them in front. I had that happen in Penhurst.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
in Penhurst, I had that, and I got more drawings, but I'm just going to show you a couple. And there was a little boy in a corner, naked, in one of the built things, crying. Okay, I'm telling you, some of these pictures really.
Yeah.
I don't want. I mean, I put them on print because I feel that these people want their story
Yeah.
told.
They want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, that actually goes for living people too. Like
Yeah,
in all states, people want to be seen.
that's right. You know?
Wasn't there like some, if I remember correctly, wasn't there like some story about like guys in Penhurst um dying by like SA or something like that, or maybe it's something, maybe it was the
Well,
penitentiary,
a
ESP.
lot of penitentiaries that I've been to had stuff like that going on at penitentiaries and asylums. A lot of bad stuff went on asylums, and
Hmm.
there's some stuff probably not even documented. Some of the deaths weren't even
Absolutely.
documented, especially asylums, because back in the 1800s and 1700s and all those back then, if you had somebody that had any kind of mental illness or disability or handicap, or they just wanted to get rid of their wife.
Yeah.
That's how bad it
Hmm.
was.
Hmm.
And they would put them in these places and forget about them.
Hmm.
And these people lived there their whole lives and they died.
Yeah, that's somebody, Nellie Bly, the story of
Yep.
Nellie Bly. She exposed all of that
Hmm.
because they almost killed her in the asylum numerous times.
Hmm.
It's like a
And
breeding
they
ground for abuse and death and all that.
and
Yeah.
they abused her to the point like she had no memories. It and
Hmm.
the more electroshock therapy or hydroshock therapy that they did on her, the more her memory ended up coming back, and that was their downfall.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's
they
funny.
experimented on, and not only
Not
that, I
funny.
mean, asylums and even prisons,
Hmm.
um, like Trans Allegheny,
Hmm.
lunatic asylum. Ha! That says a lot right there. But there was also rapes going on,
Because people
and
aren't seen as people; they're not seen as human any
yeah,
longer. That's the problem.
murders going on.
Hmm.
They were murdering people in Trans Allegheny. They actually, one of the handicapped kids that were there, two guys that were crazy, they crushed his head with a bed frame.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, and I've seen him when I went Trans Allegheny also, but it's so much stuff happening in these locations that you know stuff that nobody even knows about because they're not
Yeah.
going to document something like that. Or,
A
absolutely.
lot of them
that's,
had body tunnels too from like all the tuberculosis patients.
yeah.
So that just added to the creep factor because
Hmm.
Well, then they use the tunnels for other things too. So,
of course
Yeah.
they did. Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
yeah.
So those tunnels also were so they could bring dead bodies out. So the other the other patients or the prisoners in some locations couldn't see the bodies being removed and all that. So that
Yeah.
I mean those holes you go down to those tunnels and you'll find out you'll get a lot of activity down there also.
I'm
Hmm.
telling you, I'm glad that we live in the time that we do now and not back then because they'd have locked my ass up and threw away the key.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have never seen the light of day again. The first time I opened my mouth, I'd have been in trouble.
And they're like, "Yep, we don't want this one."
They'd have drowned my ass in the hydrotherapy. They'd be like, maybe not.
Just
Nobody will
stay
miss
down.
you. We don't need
Just stay
you.
down.
It's fine. Stop swimming.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be fine.
I froze up there, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
you'd be
it
fine.
happens
I
sometimes.
would not.
I froze up a little bit. I don't know what's going on tonight. My internet's crazy.
It usually happens to me, so that's pretty crazy that it didn't
So
happen.
you're like, yeah, good. Let him have it tonight.
It's on you this time.
You pass it on to me. I know.
Well,
But,
we
yeah.
have come to the end of our time anyway, so it's
Oh, I
fine
see
if
that,
it
yeah.
does it now.
Yeah.
It was another one of those instances where I could just keep talking. It must I feel like you just have that energy, Anthony. Like people just want to talk to you.
Oh, like I get all night. Hey, we could still. I don't care.
Do you want to leave the audience with where they can find you and what you got coming up that they can watch out for?
Yeah. Well, they can find me on the podcast. It's on Tuesday nights. It's a live show from 8 to 10.
Where do
On
you stream
Eastern
your
time.
podcast?
It's on it's YouTube, but it's
Okay.
on ERRT Radio.
Okay.
The their YouTube channel, or you can get it at the Seekers Chronicles, Paranormal Historians. You could get it on that one. I usually go. I tell people to go to that one, but we also go on the other thing, and then Facebook. We'll post it on Facebook and stuff like that. So yeah, well, every week we have a new guest, and you guys see who each week is a new guest, and we just had our year, the 52 weeks anniversary. So we just had that on Tuesday night, and the rate chases were on that. So we had a good show with them. Anything else? I mean, you can follow my YouTube or my Facebook, or friend me on Facebook, and just if anybody friends me on Facebook, just tell me where you're from. If you come to my podcast, we have a live chat. So if you want to get in the chat, just say hello. Just tell me where, advertise your show on that also. And, that's pretty much where you can find me. I do have events coming up that we're doing private events. I'm going to be at Halloween night at the Hoover House in Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool.
Chairman Steve Barry, they own it. Gettysburg, that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be there that night. The next morning, November 1st, I'm going to be at it's called the Parajam. It's at the Orphanage House in Gettysburg. I think it starts at 10 o'clock, 10 to 4. So it's a Paracon. It's called the Parajam because they're going to do all the paranormal people. We're going to have our stuff.
Oh, that's really cool.
They're having bands.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Gettysburg is super close to me, and I spent a lot of my childhood up there. My grandparents actually lived in Littlestown, so
Okay.
yeah, Gettysburg is super close.
It's not terribly far from me either.
That. And then that night I'm staying back at the Hoover House and we're going to do more investigation. I got a group of people coming in.
Oh, that's awesome.
People that are like-minded. Because I got to a point now. It's like we do events. We're going to be doing it next year in Morristown, in New Jersey. We do tours for Morristown. They're historic. They got like a bunch of historic type of locations, and so I think it's called the Commonwealth, something like that. Morristown Commonwealth, and we do a lot of stuff with them. So next year we're gonna be doing a lot more than that, and I'll be at some of Barracons next year. So Gettysburg, Maine. I'll be at Hanover, Virginia.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, go down to Virginia. The Yankees are coming.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I count as a Yankee because Maryland, but
you're
it's
Maryland.
Technically the North.
I go down there like, hey, you're from New York? No, I like your accent.
You can't tell.
They go, I like your accent. It's like, listen, I'm from New York. We don't got the accent. You do.
I love that.
Forget about it.
It's so fun.
Get about
It's like
it.
the Narlands one. The Nolans one.
Nolans, yeah.
Nolans.
Yeah. So,
I love that accent.
So I mean, I've really got nothing else. I just got that going on right now. They want to see. I've been on Paranormal Night Shift, episode 13. If they want to check that out, Dark Echoes. That's on Paramount right now, and I'm on the third episode of Wildwood Sanitarium. I've been around, so I've been in a book. I'm writing a book right now, so on my experiences.
Wow.
I'm also going to do a picture book.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Well, geez, Anthony, you're just passing yourself around like a party favor, aren't you, buddy?
Hey, I'm slutty.
There's
It's
just
okay,
enough
we
of
like
you to
it.
go around for everybody.
Yeah, I got to try. And I got a lot of stories to put down through all the years and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
And if
read
you-
them all.
I was gonna say, and if every picture that you draw has a story, like that's gonna be a really good book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and and it just not a whole chapter, like paragraphs of why I experienced, what I did, what happened, what I seen that, and how I felt, and that's hopefully that good. We'll see what happens with that.
Not only you're giving them faces, you're also giving them voices then too. So
Yeah, and it's been a long run, so I might as well start getting back now. So I'm slowing down now. I'm getting older now, and it's not like I go out every weekend anymore. It's like, I'm a grandfather now, and I got my grandson 5 days a week now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's 16 months.
Aww.
I love babies.
He's getting ready to be in the terrible twos.
Oh yeah, he's headed already. He doesn't like the
like-
word no.
Who does?
I'm a baby boomer, so the word no is going to have to be known. He doesn't like the word known. No.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial mom. I'm an elder millennial, I think they say now. I say no all the time. My kids will be like, "Can I?" And I'll just be like, "No." I want to get the words out. Can I do this? No. Like, why? And I'm like, well, we can discuss it, but
my sons grew up the word no, so they understand.
No, it's not going to hurt someone.
You guys are like, no.
Exactly.
No.
They ask me, do I ever say yes? No.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Don't you know any other word besides no? No.
No.
You know what's funny is, so growing up, my mom would always say, "We'll see," which always meant no, and always be like, "Man." And I said, "We'll see" to my son, who was at the time he was like 7 or 8, and he goes, "Oh, so that means yes." And I was like, "What do you mean that means yes?" Because growing up, to me, it always meant no. He goes, "Every time you see that, it's always a yes." And I was like, "Oh, dang it."
Exhibit A, chinchilla.
Yeah, we have a chinchilla now because I can't say no. But also, like, I love pets. He's so cute. Like, I wasn't gonna say
chinchillas,
no.
I always love chinchillas, and
So cute.
they're so soft.
Oh, he's so soft.
Yeah, and
He's
they're
so
friendly.
soft.
They're very friendly. I was gonna.
He's super friendly, very curious,
Yeah.
very expensive.
Yeah, that's another reason I didn't get it. I had so many animals through the years with all my sons and me.
I tried to warn you, bestie.
I mean, but they live like 10 to 15 years. So he's at that point, he will have paid for himself. He's all the enjoyment my kids are going to get out of him for the next 10 to 15 years will be fine. They'll be adults by the time he passes, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Someone's going to move out and be like, "Have the chinchilla." No longer my problem.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting over it when they move out, or they just never move out.
They probably won't move out. If I know my children, they're
by that
leaving.
time, they're going to say, you keep it. We'll come visit.
Like, oh, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Anyway, we appreciate you being here with us, Anthony,
Yes, thank
and
you
we'll
so
definitely
much.
keep a lookout for all your upcoming fun stuff.
Yeah.
We definitely need to get together to investigate some locations.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would love to. I would love to.
If
I
we
would
get
love
anywhere
to.
Closer, I'll let you guys know.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. You know where to
Yeah.
find me. And on
Yeah.
that note, we out.